Greetings everybody, I'm Lobo and welcome to Luna. This is episode 124 of my Minecraft survival series, and today we're starting off over here at the Eclipse Outpost. This is not our actual project site for the day, but I just want to kind of review some of the stuff we've done recently. So right here at the Eclipse Outpost, we finished the interior last episode. We do still need an exterior to this place because we don't have one yet, but some stuff needs to happen before we actually get around to that. And we also worked on a potion brewer the episode before last. So today's project actually kind of benefits both those things. And to explain a little bit better what I mean by that, let's head on into the Nether. So first things first, we're going to need a prettier pathway from our Nether Hub over to the Eclipse Outpost. I got stuck and I don't like this. A prettier pathway, one that preferably does not involve boats, because I'm not good with those. So I think we're going to do something like this. In fact, I'm sure we're going to do something like this because this is a theme we have throughout here. We'll have our super speed tunnels that we can run, jump through, and that gets us to places as quickly as we need to get to them, while also being, you know, it's Lobo proof basically. It's a Lobo proof speed tunnel, so no boats involved. So yeah, this is what we're going to handle first, and once we're done, you know, with all this, that's when we're going to come back here and talk about the next phase of today's episode, which involves more work here in the Nether. And I think I've learned my lesson from doing this before. We are bringing fire resistance potions with us just in case we need them, because when I do these corridors, lava tends to fall down from the ceilings and open up in the walls, and yeah, it's never fun. So we got those. We got our spruce from the forest that we took down over here. We're going to be using lots of spruce logs. What else do we need? We got our dark oak. We have our cyan dyed terracotta. Yeah, I think we're in a pretty good place to go ahead and get started. Now, you guys have seen me do these corridors in the past, so when we do something before, like, you know, in an earlier episode, I don't like to dwell on it, kind of make a whole new episode about it. So we're not going to do that. What we are going to do, though, is go ahead and call Watchdog on over here, or on into the Nether. We're going to put on a little bit of music, and we're going to get some work done. Welcome back, everybody, and yeah, we've got our corridors in, basically. They still do need to be decorated. I had to pause the time lapse, run back into Luna, kind of gather some stuff up, bookshelves, all that kind of mess, so that way we could come back here and kind of finish up what we're actually doing out here. But now I do think we have everything we actually need. So yeah, let me go ahead and work on this for a little bit, just kind of, you know, randomize each of these little sections of the corridor, and I'll be back with you in just a little bit. And there we go, random odds and ends have been placed in, and we have the madhouse over here, our main nether hub, officially linked up to the Eclipse outpost. No longer do we have to use a boat to travel over there. I do need to mend up this pickaxe at some point. We did go through that. But let's see how long it takes us to actually get to the Eclipse outpost from the madhouse. And keep in mind, this is a super long distance to travel otherwise. But I think this will work for us because check this out. We are here. We have arrived. And the room is nothing to write home about. You know, it's the same as all our other rooms. We have our portal to the Eclipse outpost over here. You can kind of see through. I need to put some kind of backing on that because, you know, I'm not going to yet because we have our sand over there. So, yeah, I don't want to cut off my access to that quite yet. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Yeah, so I think we can safely move on to the next part of our project. But before we actually head over to where that's going to be, let me head into Luna. We'll make a little pit stop and I'll kind of explain what we're going to be doing. You know what? We're going to take a pit stop on the way to our pit stop because I forgot. I need to label these corridors. So we have this one that's going to our Guardian farm. This one, of course, goes to our Pillager Raid Farm, the Eclipse outpost. So now we actually know which of these corridors leads where, right? And yeah, now we can head on back to Luna. Okay, so as we previously discussed, we did build this potion brewer a couple episodes back, but it is not fully operational yet. We need to get a lot of the ingredients that we're going to need. We need to get some of the stuff that we're going to need to actually run this thing, which includes a fair bit of blaze powder. Now, the problem is our blaze farm is down at the moment. Our blaze and wither farm is currently down because with the village and pillage update came this change where furnaces all of a sudden became sticky, and we used a lot of those, which kind of rendered our wither farm useless. So what I was thinking we could do is go into the nether, replace all those furnaces with some green glazed terracotta. And why green, you may ask? Because, well, we have our cactus farm right over there. We have a ton of green dye that we could make up. And the reason why I brought it over here to smelt rather than smelting it at our super smelter was because I wanted to have a single furnace to kind of test out something that we may be doing over here in the quarantine district in the future. But that is a future project and we're not going to discuss it right now. What we are going to do right now is go ahead and go over to our real super smelter and smelt up some glazed terracotta. And there we go, the terracotta is making its way into the system, all these furnaces kicking on. I love seeing this. Why are you not turning on? Because you're out of fuel. We need fuel. We need more fuel. We have more fuel. Hopefully this will be enough to get done what we need to actually get done here. We are going to need a way to make a renewable fuel source for this thing. So I think in the future, we are going to be looking at a bamboo farm over in the quarantine district. That's going to be part of the botanical analysis division, BAD. Where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. I'm trying to find a bed. I took the beds out of the village over here, like out of the enchanted pickaxe, to kind of separate the village. You guys saw the bonus episode. If you didn't see the bonus episode, watch the bonus episode. It's explained there why there's no longer a bed in the enchanted pickaxe. But I have spent a lot of time in the nether, which means that as it's getting nighttime, there's a good chance that phantoms are going to be coming after me, so I am going to need to get to safety fairly quickly. And then it occurs to me, I put a bed in my inventory for this very purpose, to have on me for when it actually did get dark. Oh, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Okay, well, crisis averted, I guess. But now that we have what we need, let's go ahead and make our way to our second project site of the day. Of course, over here in the nether, we are heading the opposite direction towards the Withering House. Now, the Withering House was condemned a couple episodes back due to the fact that it was not operational. These magma blocks, I need to make these non-spawnable. Or what, magma cubes, yeah. But then again, the magma cream that they drop is fairly useful and also an ingredient that we're going to need for our fire resistance potions if we want to make tons and tons of them, right? So I guess maybe it's a good thing that these guys are around. You know, we got to look at the bright side. We got to look at the bright side. It's just that they're kind of annoying when I'm trying to be quick and film something for you guys, you know? But yeah, we're gonna head over here to the Withering House, where you can see the condemned sign. Hey, you can actually see it now, hopefully anyway. I kind of changed my settings a little bit to make it a little bit brighter in the nether. But yeah, let's go ahead and make our way down. And then we'll make our way into the maintenance area of the Withering House to kind of see what all we're going to have to do here. As you can see, we used a lot of furnaces, like all over the place. Like we used a lot of slime blocks and a lot of furnaces when we made this place. And places that I completely forgot about as well. Oh, this is not going to be fun trying to replace all these. We built this way back, near the start of the series almost. And we didn't have access to like terracotta. This is, I think, before we even found our mesa and stuff like that, you know? The furnaces are everywhere. I don't remember how to build this thing in case we do break something. Oh, this is going to be so bad. And it just keeps going up too. We use furnaces throughout this place. Like we have flying machines all over the place, and furnaces to, Okay, not looking forward to this. But it is something we're going to have to do. And I think the best way to do this is probably start over here at the top and kind of work our way down. We do have to clear this area of mobs first before we can actually get any work done in here, because I do not want to be attacked. So hopefully we can light this place up enough to where blaze and wither skeletons don't spawn. I think blaze are like the ones that are kind of, you have to put a ton of light around to keep them from spawning. I don't know that we're going to actually be able to do so. But another thing I think we should do, because we do have blaze spawning in here, what might be a good idea is to get rid of all the combustible materials we use, including all these leaves. So we might actually need more terracotta than I initially thought. So here's the plan. Here's what I think we're going to do. We're going to start by making the spawning floors non-spawnable. Then we're going to go ahead and put our terracotta in along all these spawning floors first to try to get all these working. Once we have all those working, we'll go down to our funnel mechanism. We'll get that all set up the way it needs to be set up. And then after that, we will go down to our mob sorter and take care of that. That's probably going to be the hardest part. And then from there, we'll continue to work our way down until we get into the actual Withering House. So I think we're going to go ahead and use our shears. I made up some shears so we can get some of these leaves out of the way quickly. And I think what we're going to do is just tackle a section at a time. You know, get one section done, replace the leaves and furnaces with terracotta until we work our way down. And hopefully by the time this episode's over, we'll have this whole thing set back up to work with the new game mechanics. Now, we do, of course, have to look at the bright side. Even though we do have to make some repairs here, the good part about this is that we're going to have a ton of furnaces by the time this is done, and we can actually reinvest those in Luna. Because we do have, as I said, you know, as I mentioned earlier, there is a project coming up. I'm running some tests involving furnaces right now. So, yeah, just be aware, something's coming. We're going to be able to use these, so they're not going to waste. All right, so we have our terracotta in place now, and now we just have to get the flying machines put in as well. So I think this lines up, right? Let's hope so, because I'm just gonna go ahead and start building it. So that means that we're going to need a sticky piston right here, and then this is going to have to go all the way this way. I hope I remember how to build these properly. So we need to make sure this lines up, and I think it does. Possibly, we'll find out. Let's go ahead and put our observers in. So we need to put our first observer in right here, just not like that. You'd think I'd know how to put in observers by now, right? But no, that was facing the wrong way. It needs to go in facing this way, just like that. All right, so that's looking good. And then our next observer, our final observer for this floor will go in right here. Again, facing the wrong way. Wow, okay. Let's see if this works. It does seem to work, and now I'm trapped. Okay. All right. But that's a good sign. The flying machine is definitely up and flying. Let's make sure it actually locked into its docking station over here, which it looks like it did not. It did not. All right, what'd I do wrong here? I built it a block off. Man. Okay, let's try this again. This time I built it a little bit closer to the wall. That way I can make sure it's going to line up right. So I think we're good now. Let's go ahead and test this thing out. Just make sure it makes it all the way into its docking station this time. That would be nice. So here we go. And yes, it is locked in. All right, so that's this top floor now done. 1 spawning floor down, 2 to go. We are now on the middle spawning platform. And it sounds like we have a blaze somewhere down there on the first spawning platform. Hopefully doesn't cause us any trouble. We'll handle him when we actually do get down there if he sticks around. But yeah, we're just gonna handle this the same way we did the other ones. Just take it section by section until we have all these blocks replaced. Ow! Okay. Who did that? Who did that? Where is he? He shot me in the back, didn't he? Okay, well, maybe he's down there. He is down there. Okay, you know what? I did not appreciate that. Let's try to be a little bit more precise. There we go. Ah, he got me. He did it again. Well, the shears didn't last very long. It was hardly worth even making them in the first place. But luckily we do have our efficiency 5 axe, which does make pretty short work of all these leaves. So we... how many times am I going to end up down here? Okay. Man. But now we do have our second spawning platform all taken care of, and as long as the flying machine docks where it's supposed to, we can then move down to our final spawning platform. Perfect. Yes. Thank you. And this is our final spawning platform now done. No! I put the torch on the wrong observer. Oh, here we go again. Here we go again. Okay, brace yourself, Pigman. Oh, I left furnaces up there. It was not done. I am so sorry about that. That just went all kinds of wrong. Wow. But I guess since we're down here, we might as well go ahead and start replacing these furnaces before we make our way up and fix that up. Man, I fell down again. You can see how haphazardly this place is put together, right? Because early on in the series, we were kind of hurting for resources. Man, okay. But yeah, let me go ahead and do a little bit more work. Actually, before we do a little bit more work, oh, look at you, look at you. I'm gonna need a little bit more terracotta. This place is Magma Cube Central. It really is. Did you see that hang time? That was awesome hang time. All right, so yeah, let me go ahead and take care of these guys. I mean, who needs a farm for Magma Cubes, really? Because like this is the farm. This is the Magma Cube farm. Anyway, what I was trying to say last clip before I was interrupted, I think I might have trailed off. I'm gonna need some more terracotta, some more glazed terracotta before we actually get around to finishing everything up. I think, let's see, 8 should be enough. Yeah, I think 8 stacks should get us through. So here I was waiting for my blocks to smelt when all of a sudden there was a downpour, and there's something I've been kind of wanting to try for a few episodes now, and this is the perfect opportunity. I need this. No, not this. I need this. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and make our way out to the bay while it's still storming. Because there's something I want to try, and that's with our Riptide trident that we made a few episodes back. I have not had the opportunity to properly play with this thing yet, and I hope you guys don't mind, but I'm going to take this opportunity now to actually do some stuff with this. Well, not really do anything with it, just kind of, you know, throw it around and see how far I can throw myself with it. So let's go ahead and swim out here real quick and try to get towards the center. I want to be safe while doing this. I don't want to explode into armor and blocks and bread and stuff like that. I think this would probably be a pretty safe area to go ahead and start experimenting around with this thing. All right, so let's try this. Riptide trident away! Oh my gosh! This is awesome. This is so cool. How high up can we go with this? I want to go more. No, we've lost our momentum. We had such good momentum. Oh, but that was awesome. That was awesome. I want to keep going. Oh, man. That was actually pretty cool. Let's try it one more time. Oh, my gosh. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that. You got in my way. I'm sorry. I'm going to take this, though. I'm really sorry. Yep, it's all fun and games till somebody loses their ink. So that's enough playing. It is now time to get back to work. I feel so bad about that squid, though. So let's just go ahead and pick up right where we left off. We were down here in our funneling system, replacing all these furnaces with some green glazed terracotta. And the purpose of this funneling system is once the mobs get swept off of their spawning platforms, they end up down here in this funnel, where they will get put into a smaller area and then get sent off to our mob sorter. And when the funneling system is working, it looks a little something like this. So yeah, I mean, everything seems to be good here so long as it docks properly, which it does. All right, so we're good here. All right, so that's our top 3 spawning floors and our funnel all completed now. And the next step would be to make our way down here into our mob sorter. And I gotta be honest, this is the part I am really not looking forward to. Because not only is this thing built almost entirely of furnaces and leaves, we also have redstone running on top of the furnaces. Oh man, it's not going to be pretty if we break this thing. I don't know if I could figure out how to rebuild this in case we do break it, but I guess the only thing to do is really just go ahead and get started, and we'll just take it a couple blocks at a time. Now, just a refresher, the purpose of this mob sorter is to keep our pigmen safe. Since they're not inherently hostile, I don't mess with them. So this is to separate our wither skeletons and our blazes down into the withering house, to collect the drops of normal skeletons, and to put our pigmen into minecarts so that way they can be carted off to safely despawn. And I feel I should also clarify, the reason I'm replacing these leaves is not because they've become sticky. They have not. But we do have lots of blazes running through the system, and I do have a tendency to sometimes aggro the blazes. And I don't want to risk burning this thing down, because I think that happened on 1 or 2 occasions early on. We've managed to avoid it by putting in mechanisms downstairs to kind of make sure the blazes are taken out quickly, but yeah, it's just not something I want to risk, and I feel like while we're in here, we should probably just go ahead and make sure nothing like that happens. I really wish I would have taken some screenshots before I started the teardown, because like almost instantly I start forgetting where blocks are supposed to go. But hopefully this all ends up the way it should, as long as I don't break any redstone and forget to put it back in there. I think we can kind of safely do this. I just don't want to break this, because this is one of our early builds in this world, right? And it would be a shame to render this unoperational at this stage of the game, you know? Because I was actually fairly proud of this back when we first built it, you know? I don't have anything to reference to build it again. This was completely original design. So there's not like a tutorial I could reference, because I know I didn't make one. And another thing that's just occurred to me is we're gonna have to put some of these leaves back in here on the outside over the terracotta, because the terracotta is a spawnable block. And we do want to make sure that we don't have wither skeletons and blazes just spawning out here in the maintenance area outside of the farm. Okay, so I think everything is how it should be. The only way we're going to know for sure, though, is to run a quick test. So let's see if we can see what's going on in here. I mean, there's a bunch of pistons going off. But that kind of tells me nothing. Did you... I don't know what I was expecting to happen from that. How did it sound to you guys? No idea how it's actually supposed to sound anymore. Yeah. Maybe we just need to let it run on a cycle, so that way we can go through here and kind of check it out, see how it's actually working, and hope that nothing is getting stuck or moved out of place. Okay, so let's see, how do we get back up to the top? Not this way. It's so hard to see what's really going on over here. We can see this little set of pistons right here do its thing, so that seems to be working, possibly. We're gonna have to just get mobs running through here. That's the only way we're gonna be able to see if this actually works or not, or if I've messed something up. But I do want to get up to the top and just see if everything's able to move freely. That's the main thing. We just want stuff to be able to move freely here, which it seems like it is. So we're looking good so far. We got some guys waiting to go through. They're waiting for their turn. But before we allow them to do so, I kind of want to go through myself first and just make sure that this thing's going to be safe for our pigmen. Hopefully now that I turned this thing on, everything got replaced that needed to get replaced. We'll see. We'll see. So this seems to be working. This is kind of like a stopper mechanism for our drop shaft. If we go up here, I hear a lot of noise, so hopefully everything up here is working as well. Noise is good, right? That means our pistons are actually moving. So let's have a peek at this. This seems to be going the way it should. If we have a peek inside here, that seems to be moving the way it should. We see how our funnel mechanism working. One of our spawn floors seems to be operational. Let's check on the other ones. We'll go up here, and this one seems to be going as well. And our third spawn floor is actually down below here. And this one is not working because I forgot to replace the furnaces. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew it. But now we are operational. I accidentally set this thing off, so I chugged my fire resistance potion. But this is going to be a test of how this works. So as you can see, we get pushed to this back wall, glitch through the slime blocks, and then we slowly get pushed this way. I am going to keep an ender pearl on me in case we do end up somewhere we don't want to be. But then you can see we're down here in the funnel now, and the funnel is actually going to push us this way. I'm going to have to replace that leaf. But the funnel will then push us towards the middle, where we'll go down into the sorting mechanism. Now from this sorting mechanism, we should get sorted into an area that is not the Withering House, but that is where our pigmen would go, which is a minecart area. But this does not seem to be working the way I want it to at all. No, this seems to be a death trap. So, yeah, I think I maybe see what's wrong here. These slime blocks should be where this piston is right here, okay? So then what should happen is we should get checked to see if we're ablaze, and if we're not ablaze, we should fall down like this pigman should. Right there, he fell down. I'm supposed to do that too. Okay, it's not working for me, but it does work for the pigman, which is good. That's what we're testing. How do you get down there? There we go. We have to crouch. We have to crouch so we don't bounce so high. But then, just like this, the pigman gets pushed this way into a minecart. He gets carted off to safety. Now, I don't have that same luxury, so I am actually just going to go ahead and break out of here. But yeah, this does seem to be working. It does seem to be doing what we want it to do, which is good. So we know the pigmen get pushed down this way. Now we need to see what happens with the rest of our mobs, which means the torches are coming out and the Withering House is about to go live once again. Okay. Nervous. I am nervous, but I'm feeling positive about this. I'm optimistic. Here we go. And you see that little bounce? That means our first mobs are coming through. We got a couple wither skeletons right here. Sounds like we got some blazes up here about to come down as well. And just to give you guys a quick peek at what this thing looks like when it's fully operational, you see we got a blaze and a wither skeleton just now go down. It's going to be hard to see mobs spawning up here because I think when we're up here, we're actually too close to get any mobs spawning up here. But we should be able to at least catch that blaze or that wither skeleton coming down through this system right here into the mob sorter. There we go. So he's in the mob sorter. He's going to go from here straight on down into the fireplace once it checks to make sure that he's not a pigman, right? So yeah, I mean, this all seems to be doing fairly well. All the mobs are going where they need to go. I think from here we can just kind of hang out down by our fireplace and take some of these guys out. And it looks like we've already got some wither skeletons and blazes waiting for us. And the cool thing is, it doesn't matter if I aggro the blazes anymore because they can't set anything on fire now. I gotta say, I am pleasantly surprised to see that this thing is still working after all this time. we are back in business, guys. You know, as far as charcoal and or coal and bones and blaze rods and glowstone go, yeah, we're back in business. This is awesome. What I would really like to see coming through here, to be honest with you, I would really love to see a wither skull pop up through that little elevator right there. Can we get something? Can we get something? No, not yet, not yet. Come on, guys, give me something. You gotta give me something to show the people at home. I'm not stopping this session until until we get a wither skull. Come on, you gotta have something, right? No. I just want to say, these guys, they're being incredibly stingy at the moment. Come on, you gotta give me more than bones and coal, man. You gotta give me more than that. I don't want your sword, I want your face. Alright, listen guys, none of us wants to be here all day. Fill your friend in on what he missed. But none of us wants to be here all day. Just give me the face, and you all can go about your business, I'll go about mine, okay? Alright, come on. Yes! Yes, there it is! Yes! We got a face, we got a wither skull. Alright, awesome. So I'm done here. This is all I'm going to do for right now. I just want to make sure that we got this thing back running and operational, and it is. So we got our supply of bones coming back in, our supply of coal coming back in. We got our blaze rods, and yeah, awesome. So we're all set for blaze powder now. As long as we keep this thing running and operational, as long as no more, you know, farm breaking updates occur, we're good here. We just have to wait for our flying machines and all that stuff to return to their positions, dock, and, you know, then we can go on and get out of here. And now that the Withering House is officially open for business, once again, are you serious? Where are you? Come on! Are you serious? Bring it! Anyway, as I was saying, now that the Withering House is officially open for business, this sign can come down. And I broke a vine. That's okay. That's okay. The Withering House is back open. It's back up and running. Let's go back here and take a good look at it. I can't jump over fences in the Nether. I don't have my jump boost. But yes, there she is in all her glory. All right, so we've got plenty of blaze powder to distribute around here now. I'm not too worried about these reserve ones. We'll kind of figure out that once we figure out what potions need to go in there. But yeah, we got all our blaze powder distributed around now. And we're getting this system closer to operational. Why was there a redstone dust in here? Is that part of... No, it's not. I must have just fallen in here while I was building this. But yeah, we're good. We're getting this place closer and closer to completion. I should have brought back some glowstone while I was here. And one of these, the strength potions, right? Strength potions take blaze powder as well. So yeah, blaze powder would go in here. And I need to run over to the Nether to grab some more glowstone. Glowstone has been distributed, a little bit of it anyway. And let's go ahead and throw the rest of our magma cream in here as well. So this thing is coming closer and closer to completion. It's going to be a slow process getting all the ingredients that we actually need. Like we need a nether farm, we need, you know, a few other things before this thing is actually up and running. But yeah, we're you know, on our way. We're on our way. And I think that is probably all we really have time for today as well. So if you guys have enjoyed this episode, please feel free to hit that little thumbs up button. That would mean a whole lot to me. If you want to see more, then please remember to subscribe. And as always, I just want to thank you guys for hanging out today. I deeply appreciate it. And until next time, I am Lobo, and I will see you guys later.